I'm a consultant in reproductive medicine and assisted conception at Fertility Plus and fertility courses. So today I'm doing a short talk on whether endometrial scratching in unexplained infertility in non-assisted conception cycles improves results. So what is the logic behind this? In, let's say, about 20 or 30 years ago, what did we do? Often there used to be a DNC which would scrape the endometrial tissue, and we believed that that could lead to treatment of infertility. And then we had multiple trials on endometrial scratch, some which have said it's helpful, some which have said it's not helpful, and the consensus seems to be it's not really helpful in the first and second cycles of IVF. Now, what is the logic behind doing that in non-IVF cases? And the logic was that that bit of endometrial trauma may change the immunology and may aid implantation in the future and change endometrial receptivity. And that was the logic. So they did this study in which they created a double two arms, and they had blinded these placebo to some procedure and had endometrial scratching done. And the couples tried for a pregnancy for 2 cycles after their endometrial scratch. And so this was based on the belief that probably if there was some help coming from the endometrial scratch, maybe in the cases of unexplained infertility where we just don't know the cause of infertility, and maybe this intervention may be helpful. So when they looked at the studies, and they looked at the live birth rate, and the live birth rate of the scratch arm was 9%, and the live birth rate of the control group was 7%. So statistically, no different. Now, the only other change was that the pain factor in those who had the scratch had pain on a difference of 3.07 on a 1 to 10 scale. So clearly, it caused more pain. So what did they conclude in this paper? They concluded that the evidence of endometrial scratching, of whether it improves the live birth rate in unexplained infertility outside an IVF protocol, there does not seem to be any evidence suggestive of that. And this again goes back to the olden technique of doing a DNC or a scratch or a biopsy. And the anecdotal evidence that came by saying, yes, probably that changed a pregnancy doesn't seem to have been approved at all, again, from this trial. Thank you very much.